Good morning. So what are some things you need to know about the Mickelson Trail before you go to ride it? Well, let's see. One thing is, it is a pay to ride, $5 a day. Or if you want the year pass, it's $20 as of this posting. You can order the license or permit or whatever you want to call it online. However, it takes a long time to get it by mail. So if you're coming in next couple days, just wait till you're here. There's a little envelope thing, and put your cash or check in the box and take the stub, or give them the stub. Take the top half for yourself and just take a picture of it, is my advice, so you don't lose it. If you're like me, 2 days later I had no idea what I did with it. But yeah, if you're going to try and get it off the website by mail, I think the mail from here goes to like Nebraska or North Dakota or someplace, and it takes a really long time. Seems like weeks to get your official pass. But you can just pay at any of the checkpoints, the trailheads, and keep your stub, and that'll get you in. So that's one thing. You do have to pay to use the trail, which is good because somehow all the maintenance has to be paid for. Other things, well, it's mostly packed limestone, or you could call it gravel, or even it's smaller than gravel. I'm not sure, pea gravel maybe. There are loose gravel deposits sometimes on the side of the trail, so be careful of that. I saw a couple spots where a person had got caught in the loose gravel and maybe even flipped over a little bit. But so just be aware of that for safety. A couple of the amazing things: in the summer there's water stations about every 8 or 10 miles, water cisterns, and they keep them pretty full. Restrooms, same thing, about every 10 miles, vault toilets. Oh, on the water, just be aware if you're off season, it gets cold here, so come sometime in October they don't put water out anymore. The obvious reason is it would freeze, right? If you're taking an e-bike, it's class 1 e-bike only. Don't be out here on the no pedal things, the motorcycles. Class 1 e-bikes only on this trail. The tool stations. Not just do they have tool stations, but unlike other places I've ridden, the tools are actually here. You got both kinds of valves, whether you have Schrader or Presta. You got a gauge for the air pressure. You got a place to put your bike. You got all the tools you'd probably need. And these, they're not just here and there. They're pretty much, we saw one almost every rest station.
Yeah, every trailhead.
Yeah, so almost every trailhead had one of these, and that's fabulous. Of course, if you want one, you could use the interactive map and find it as well. What do you think of that, Ray?
I'm impressed, way beyond impressed. It's
Yeah.
well detailed, well taken care of, well sponsored, not molested or damaged. Crazy.
Yeah, we're shocked to actually see a tool station that has tools. That tells you what kind of place we've ridden in before. You know, we came in September. I would say 95% of the people on the trail were over 65, and I'd say 95% of the people were on e-bikes. If you're camping, they don't want you to camp directly on the trail. You know, they want you boondock camping. Of course, you do go through some national forest, and you could go probably 100 yards off the trail, I imagine. But there are some pretty inexpensive places around the towns where you can camp. And then, of course, you have luxuries like showers and things like that often tied in. So that is worth looking those up. Oh, and one of my favorite things, this trail has that interactive map. So if you Google interactive map of the Mickelson Trail, and then you can put in whatever you want to find. As long as you have cell service or Wi-Fi, you could do a trail search. I want to find all the restroom stops. I want to find all the water stops. I want to find camping. Whatever it is you were searching for on your route, you can find it using that interactive map. I just think it's a wonderful feature. With that in mind, this trail does not have you're not going to have cell service the whole time. You know, you get out there in the boonies, there's quite a few miles where I had 0 bars, which is fine for us. I also carry a satellite device in case I get into trouble, because we've done some really remote trails. This is a very civilized trail, very easy to ride. There's one, maybe 12 or 13% when you leave Deadwood. There's a hairpin turn that has a really steep grade on it. But other than that, I barely saw my bike computer say it was over 4% anywhere. It's a very mellow trail. And of course our bike computers can be off a little bit, but when we rode from Edgemont to Deadwood, we got approximately 4,800 feet of climbing, I think it was. And then when we went the other way from Deadwood to Edgemont, we only had 4,000 feet of elevation climbing on that one, about. So kind of give you an idea. It's not the steepest trail because it was made for a train, and that, you gotta love that. Besides the rest break areas, willow shelters, that's really nice. You have 4 train tunnels to do, but they're short. I turned my lights on, but did I need them? No, you don't need lights for the tunnels. Riding the trail, half hour after sunset, you're supposed to be off it. I'm sure people get stuck out there sometimes and you know, go break that rule, but half hour after sunset. So there are riding hours. That's something else to keep in mind, especially as if you're in the off season and you don't have the 14 hours of daylight like you do in the summer here. Could you do it on a road bike? They advise not to, and I can see that because there is some deeper sand here and there, or gravel, pea gravel, whatever you call it. I could see where they would tell you not to do that. My road bike, I have 32 tires on there, which is a little wider. I'm pretty sure with my experience I could do it easy on those, but I'm not going to advise anyone on a road bike to do it. I would say at least a gravel bike, you'll be fine. Or, you know, what I would tell my wife is gravel tires on her road bike, she'd be fine, but each their own. So other than that, the trail does get a lot of use. So there are walkers, especially around the towns. A few people hiking through. We saw some through hikers, so that was kind of cool. Oh yeah, one more thing. Expect the weather to change. This is, you know, the Black Hills. Storms roll in fast. Just like where I live in Montana, might say 0% chance of rain in the morning. By afternoon, you're getting wet. So be prepared for wind, rain, snow, whatever, based on the time of year you're here. The weather does change rather quickly, and that's normal this part of the world. So don't be surprised by that, and don't be taken off guard. Okay, that's all I got. Mickelson Trail, South Dakota. Oh, this is my favorite rail trail so far. Just saying. I know it's only in the top 10 somewhere for most people, but out of the ones I've done, this is my favorite. And then I'd say Trail to Coeur d'Alene's coming in second. Coeur d'Alene's is paved, a little bumpy in spots. Beautiful trail as well, beautiful area. Well, I like riding gravel more, so, and I like the rest stations so often. Okay, adios.